So, some drama has hit the Path of Exile 2 scene. There's been an early access build released to game journalists, and apparently Fextralife has gained access to this build. And why, we don't know. It was a very controversial take by everybody in the community, I would imagine. He has been accused of, and, well, I guess proven now, that he has been exploiting embedding of his streams on his website, on his like wiki that he does, and pretty much he would shoot himself to the top of Twitch discoveries or Twitch games, and it would make it look like he would have thousands upon thousands of viewers in his chat, but actually he only had maybe a handful or two, because when Twitch buckled down and got rid of all that, he stopped streaming completely. It was pretty comical, the whole thing. He's been hated for the most part, I would say.
No, not only that, like his guides, and a lot of them are like really half-assed and just not high quality, and a lot of times they're just really inaccurate too. So that's the other part of it. He's not even good at what he does either. Yeah,
a lot of it is misleading on his website. A lot of these like boss guides and all that stuff apparently are very inaccurate. So a lot of people kind of get debated and screwed because they think it's legit. Apparently the website looks good. I have personally not been on it. This is just what I've been reading. It's like a better version of Wiki, from what I've read. Anybody can go in there and edit. So we'll get to that in a little bit here, guys, but K-Machine and I are going to be going through what has happened. So Fextralife posted a video today titled Path of Exile 2 Gameplay Impressions Early Access Review. Is it the best ARPG of all time? And the description here reads, in this Path of Exile 2 video, I want to talk about my hands-on impression with the game. I just wrapped up the main campaign today. After about 35 to 40 hours estimate of playtime, I want to talk about what I think about the game, what I like about it, what I don't like about it so far, and keep in mind as I go through this review as well, that this is from the perspective of a non-hardcore Path of Exile player. This kind of hit our scene, or hit the PoE scene, I should say, by surprise. Why does anybody have access to the full early access?
So this is a review build that he got, and all the game journalists would get. So PoE content creators specifically don't get review builds to prevent them from having an upper hand in any way. These review builds will go out to people like IGN and GameSpot and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Fextralife is one of these people, but I would even hardly call him a game journalist. Like, he runs a wiki site and he does YouTube reviews.
He's like a hybrid. It's known to be bad. It's known to have been inaccurate. So, like, why was he a part of this journalist group?
Yeah, and he's had multiple controversies over the years, and I don't know why he has any type of credibility, like, in GGG's eyes. Like, that's another question, is like, why did they feel like it was necessary to include him in this after everything that's happened with him? So
he has been banned from everything Baldur's Gate. which says something right there. That is the best game in the recent times, and he's been banned from it. So why would you want somebody that has been banned from that game to be a part of PoE in any way?
Yeah, it's I don't even know what to say about it. But yeah, if you go to GGG's response, because there was a lot of speculation even before this came out that there were other people that also had access to these review builds. And Path of Exile came out with this statement on Twitter. Said, we've seen some speculation that some people might have access to the early access version of Path of Exile 2, aka the review copy. To clarify, some traditional games media have been given access to review a version of the game. Part of the stipulation that media were given is that this is for review purposes only.
key
They may
right there.
share their opinions of the game, but are not allowed to produce guide-style content for this version that would spoil the discovery of the game or post unedited playthroughs.
Which is exactly what he's done.
They're not playing on the same servers as the early access version, what everyone will be playing on the 6th. So none of their progress will be kept. In addition,
Good.
all of the content they produce is embargoed until the release of the early access on December 6th, so no content is supposed to be posted until then. Fortunately, there was a miscommunication with Fextralife that resulted in the video being posted early. This was a mistake on our end and is no way on Fextralife. On release day, we want players to be able to make an informed choice about if they would like to buy a key. We believe that allowing traditional games media access should be to accomplish this without spoiling the game, which I agree with. Like, I think journalists like IGN and GameSpot, like that's a good advertising tool for GGG. But when you start,
And very common. It's nearly
it's
every
super
big
common.
game does this. This is very questionable. Why Fextralife was even given journalist access to begin with. The big streamers in the PoE community all tend to do build guides or just guides about the game in general. And to give everybody an even playing field, they don't give them early access to this. They don't want the game to be discovered before the game even comes out. Somebody like Fextra now has the ability to make these guides before anybody else. This guy has 35 to 40 hours more than anybody that would typically make a guide or a build. That's obviously not fair for everybody else. So,
and just to touch on something here, like the third section where it said that it was a miscommunication on GGG's part.
yeah.
I do find that interesting because GGG are very particular at all of their events and just in general about telling people about embargo dates, NDAs, and everything. And they will repeatedly tell you to not do something when it comes to like creating content or something like that. That's coming from other creators that have gone to many events. So I do find that interesting that somehow this slipped through the cracks. I don't know if it's like a miscommunication, like GGG told him something incorrect or Fextralife misunderstood. I'm more willing to give GGG the benefit of the doubt that they accidentally messed up because they have all the goodwill in the world with their community, and Fextralife has negative goodwill at this point.
Yeah. He does not give a flying fuck about any community that he has ever been a part of. It is crazy the amount of backlash he gets. He just goes into a community and is the most toxic thing that could possibly hit the community as soon as he touches it. It's like, it's nuts to me. So these are some of the top creators of the community, guys. Fextralife is a blight on the gaming community. Not just Path of Exile, the gaming community. Good response, in my opinion, says Darth. Really appreciate the transparency. Quick on the response too. And here's Quinn's. Fextralife is not traditional games media. It's a wiki that serves to line the pockets of one of the most disingenuous and unethical individuals in the space. 1000% should be on Fextralife either way. Not the first time and won't be the last time. Not sure how they're qualified as traditional games media either, while abusing everything they have, while also hardcore data mine scraping for their wiki. Just my 2 cents. Yeah. Absolutely. It's
so needless
man.
to say, he is not liked by many people.
Yes, exactly. I think this is the one. I'm pretty sure this is the one. Unfortunately, the miscommunication continues since Fextralife continues. They posted a full walkthrough guide on their wiki plus a ton of data mined information. Dude, this dude sounds like a tool who just ignored what they said. Yeah, I mean, he will find a loophole.
Yeah, and this is after GGG like extended an
it.
olive branch to him. They blame themselves. It was like, yeah, it was on our end, you know, no big deal. And then he turns around and just starts posting full walkthrough guides on his wiki using the information from that video.
Yeah, exactly. And here it is right here. This is straight from his wiki, apparently. So walkthrough of Path of Exile. They've already planned this out. They have, I'm sure they got a team that are putting guides together, and as soon as the game drops, the second it drops, there's going to be a guide up. That takes away from a lot of people's livelihoods. People love guides. People love to follow, especially in the Path of Exile community. Guides are huge. People, for whatever reason, don't like to discover something on their own or figure them out. People don't have time to do it. Whatever the case is, they like to go through guides. And for Max Roll and some of these other websites that, do care about GGG and their community, they're going to be at a massive disadvantage. And same with the content creators. They're now having to compete against something that's going to be complete by launch. Empyrean does say from the comments, going through their changelog, they're still working on it. You can also go through their history and see that they've had more filled out guides and are now backpedaling, and without a doubt release a ton of guides the second the game goes live. So this is going to be an interesting one. I'm curious how this is all going to play out. Jumping over to Reddit, people have, I guess, gone and checked for themselves, but warning for anyone avoiding PO2 spoilers, Fextralife has posted a walkthrough of the game. Typical awful quality, but it contains a number of boss names, including major surprises. So big spoilers. Also goes into pinnacle content and more. Expect to see a lot of spoilers coming downstream in videos over the next few days as a result.
Well, hopefully from the embargo and NDAs, you're not going to see this, or else they would be in violation of that. So if you do see anything before Friday, they've messed up already, and they're probably going to get their video taken down.
Yeah, exactly. They could possibly face a ban from the game completely, right? They could get their Steam account banned or whatever they play on.
Or at worst, they just won't work with them anymore, which would be good.
It's funny that GGG gave them an out by taking the blame, and then Fextra decided to still fumble it. Wait, didn't they post a review and were told to take it down because the permission to post it was a miscommunication? Are you saying after that they posted the walkthrough? Yes. So yeah, it goes back to the same thing that we said. He doesn't give a flying fuck. He's taking full advantage of this. He's breaking NDA. He just doesn't care. Le Toucan has arrived. Okay, so chat, this is a wiki page. So like literally anybody can go in there and edit it. So they're going in there and just trolling the shit out of them at this point. So, so this is another thing, chat. He will go in and push his content to the very top
he uses
of Google
SEO.
Searches. Oh, okay.
So
explain this.
So it's search engine optimization. So basically he goes behind the scenes and makes it so that whenever you search for content that his wiki covers, his is always at the top of the search results.
That's wild.
So for just about anything he covers, like if you type in like Baldur's Gate guides or Dragon Age guides, almost guaranteed he's going to be at the top of that list. And that's how he gets so much traffic too.
And that is a common practice for every industry in the world. That's very common. You want to be the top, Google search, of course. But the issue with this is that his content, his wiki page, is very inaccurate and misleading. So,
and the thing too is like when he was also doing the Twitch embedding on his site, like that would just lead to more view botting basically for his channel.
He'd go to his website and it'd automatically play his stream. So like, I don't know, the hot game was Diablo 4 when it just launched. Like you would go to the Diablo 4 category and he'd be like, in the top 5 streamers, and people would click on a stream and there'd be like, I don't know, a handful of people talking in chat. Like it just didn't make sense. There was like 5,000 viewers, but 5 people talking in chat. Doesn't make sense.
This Reddit thread here. So there's an add-on on Firefox where you can just block his results from showing up when you search stuff. And on the top comment, there's also a uBlock filter, because a lot of people use uBlock. You could add those filters to block those from search results, it's nice.
Yeah, we could have an entire 4-hour block to talk about this. Yeah, dude. View botting on Twitch has been an issue for as long as I think Twitch has been out. Yeah, this is sad. At least they've, the community's coming together here collectively and fighting against this. And GGG is probably scrambling around right now. I don't know what they can do at this point. Fextralife already has everything, and it looks like he's all ready to just pull the trigger and release this stuff. At this point, I could just see him not giving a fuck. If people are going to his website and trolling the shit out of him by posting, dick pics and whatever on his site, I could see him just dropping the content and just saying fuck it and trying to move on. If he does that, I really hope that GGG takes legal action. One more thing, just because this is funny. So Made, is that how you say that? So Made? Sorry, I'm probably butchering that. I'm going to start PoE beta with Fextralife's build of choice. What I love most about this guy is that even when he has 13,000 viewers, there's still only 4 people in chat, so usually he answers within 5 minutes when I ask a question. Pure gold, man. Oh man.